A part of the hive goes here, and then all of that over there is actually honey. Every bit of that. All right, today is Friday, April 3rd. Richard Scott here. We are doing a hive removal. This is at a house in Northport, and they're coming in through the HVAC plumbing system and electrical. There's a hole in the wall there, and you see the bee traffic. They are all in between the floor joist on the inside. This is a split level home, and should be pretty easy to find the colony itself, and I'll show you that in just a moment. It's actually pretty crazy. It is an interesting colony. You can see a bee trying to bump me there. Hopefully these aren't too aggressive, but you know, sometimes they are. But this is a brick wall, as you can see. Unfortunately, they're all in between the floor joist on the inside. All right, this is inside the house, and this is sheetrock, and you can see where the bees have chewed through the sheetrock and kind of exposed some of the hive there. There's holes in there. If I can get a little better video of that. But the bees are inside there, and you can see the stain that goes down the ceiling a little ways, so likely a pretty big colony. This is rock here. You can hear them home. There's the colony. It is all exposed. Right here, right up here is your brood. Unfortunately, it follows all the AC unit wiring and tubing and all that, so that's going to be tough to get around. Part of the hive goes here, and then all of that over there is actually honey. Every bit of that. There's one wire that runs through there, but I think other than that, I think that's it. I looked between the frames, I didn't see any more wiring on that side, but this is going to be tough to get around all this wiring, but we'll figure it out. Good many bees in there. They seem to be pretty calm. They're not really agitated. There's a light over there they're all congregating to. But the cavity itself only goes back about 6 inches past the wall. You can see the edge of it there. So it shouldn't be too bad to get. The only problem is, again, getting around the plumbing and the wiring right here. That's going to be kind of tricky. So have to be careful with that. But again, all that over there, every bit of that's honey. You see they don't go into the cavity over there. Alright, here's an update. So I've got all of the honey out. See some bees in there licked up the rest of it. But there's a lot of comb and there's a lot of honey in this hive. With this, I'm working on cutting brood out. I've got a lot of brood out, several good frames. I'm having to work around the wiring here for the HVAC unit outside, so I'm having to kind of be really careful with this, but I know where all my wires are now, so I'm doing it safely. I've got comb on this side. I'm going to get some of this, but honestly, a lot of this is going to be just wasted because it's not much, just little chops, and I've got a lot of comb out of here, so we're good to go. I've got this pretty much cleaned up. I'll get the rest of this a little bit later when I finish up, but again, now we're just vacuuming bees up. Looks like they have swarmed a few times, maybe 2 or 3 times. I found some old swarm cells with the caps off, and just the number of bees in here for hive this size, it's not really, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Looks like there's a good many bees, obviously, but for a colony this size, there should be a lot more. And given it's early April, most likely they've already cast off a few swarms, but I've got a lot of brood. There is a queen in here somewhere. I've found fresh eggs, but lots of brood in here, so we're good to go. So I'm just going to finish this up, cutting this comb out of here. Again, having to be really careful with my wiring. See how some of this wire and cabling is all embedded in this comb, but fortunately I had enough space here to give me some really good brood to put in their new home, because I want to take as many resources as I can for these bees. There she is, see her? That's the queen. See how much longer she is compared to the other bees? She's on the far right side of the little queen catcher. Alrighty. Alright, the colony is gone. It was huge. It was an enormous colony. Took several hours. But what I'll do, I'll go scrape the rest of this comb back here in just a little bit. But all the bees are gone, and I got the queen. So we are good to call it a day. But that plumbing and the electrical there was a pain. Oh my goodness. It took a lot longer to go around all of that stuff. But I had to be safe. Obviously, I don't want a fire hazard or to get electrocuted. So that was important. But anyway, that's a wrap.